Never just stash money away. Those were my grandfather's first words to me. I remember freezing when he said them. Everyone else preached, save for tomorrow. He only smiled and replied, don't hide money, make it grow. Here's what he taught me. In a tiny village lived an old man people called lazy. He never worked. Instead, he sat beneath a huge tree staring at the sky and the dusty road, dreaming out loud. One day I'll open a shop. One day I'll buy cows. One day I'll be rich. But that one day never came. He dreamed, but he didn't act. At first, villagers laughed. Later, they stopped laughing and began to pity him. His wife carried the household on her shoulders, cooking, washing, scrubbing, while he watched the clouds. One evening, she said quietly but firmly, dreams are beautiful, but they don't fill bellies. We need work. We need money. He only nodded. Someday. Days turned to months. Months turned to years. Food grew scarce. Money ran thin. One night, his little grandson, barefoot and thin, crept up and asked, Grandpa, do we have bread? The cupboard was empty. No rice, no bread, nothing. The old man felt a pain like a stone drop into his chest. Tears stung his eyes. For the first time, he understood. Dreams alone don't feed a family. He couldn't sleep. At dawn, he did something he'd never done. He left to find work. He became a field laborer. The sun burned him. The land was harsh. His back ached. His hands turned rough and cracked. Every night he came home exhausted. The food was small, maybe beans, maybe a single flatbread. He showed the grandson his tiny wages. It's little, but it's something, he said. But money came and went. Bills stayed. The roof still leaked. The family still struggled. Saving felt impossible. Then one day at the village shop, he overheard a man say, the secret is saving. Save, and you're safe. That idea lodged in him. That night he found a glass jar and hid it beneath the bed. Each week he dropped a few coins inside. Clink, clink. The sound became a small joy, a promise. When the grandson discovered the jar, he asked, what's that? The old man smiled. This is our tomorrow. Saving was painful. He patched his shoes, refused new clothes, and the plates were often nearly empty. The grandmother begged, what good is this money if we go hungry? He replied, one day you will see. Months later, the jar was full. He felt proud, secure. They went to the market with hope, placed the coins on the table, and asked for 3 sacks of corn. The shopkeeper counted and shook his head. Prices rose. This buys 1.5 sacks. The money had lost value. Saving had been slow. Life was still harsh. But then a tiny idea sparked. A seed. Watching neighbors carry eggs and milk home, the old man asked his grandson, what if we buy chickens? This time he did not wait for someday. He invested the jar money and bought a few thin hens. The boy laughed and chased them, delighted. At first they collected 1 egg, then 2. They ate some and sold the rest. With each sale they bought another chicken. The flock grew, so did their earnings. The old man kept a small notebook, recording every egg sold, every coin earned. Neighbors began to buy eggs from them. Hope filled the house. He held an egg one evening and turned to his grandson. This egg is more powerful than money hidden in a jar. Cash can vanish, prices can rise. But when you use money to build life, to plant a seed, it grows. The boy hugged him. So you're not lazy anymore? The old man smiled through tears. No, my child. I learned the most important thing. Don't only save money, make it grow. That became his lesson to everyone. Saving is like holding water in cupped hands. It slips away. But spend wisely to build something small, and it will multiply. Start tiny, start today, invest in a small thing that can give back. If this story moved you, help us create more like it. Like, subscribe, and share. Which small idea could you start growing right now?